Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. Thank you all for joining me once again. I want to talk a little bit about something that some people may feel is very unprofessional, unpresidential, okay? But apparently Trump essentially rejoiced over host Joy Reid's firing by MSNBC. And he stated, I think in his Truth Social post, that he essentially is glad that this woman has been canned, if you will. And the reasoning behind it is because he states that she's a racist, she spread all kinds of bad rumors and so forth, and that she's out, and he's glad about it. Okay, so I want to read just a few paragraphs of an excerpt that I was able to get a hold of on Breitbart News. I want to read a few paragraphs of what he apparently said, and then I'm going to get into my discussion of this, because in the last video I did about Joy Reid, or Joyless Reid, for lack of a better word, I was pretty harsh, okay? I was pretty harsh, but I was harsh on purpose. I was harsh on purpose because you reap what you sow. But I want to get a little bit more into detail about this idea of rejoicing over the downfall of another person. So I'm going to explain what I mean by that after I read a few of Trump's words. But it says, after she spread racial hate, dangerously false narratives that could provoke political violence, fake news, and bizarre conspiracy theories, and expose herself as a moron for years, far-left NBC News finally decided it was time to cut ties with the aging blonde. Aging blonde. Yeah. Let's just say that the Donald seems pleased. Okay, apparently those were his words. Quote, low-life chairman of Comcast, Brian Roberts, the owner of Ratings Challenge NBC and MSNBC, has finally gotten the nerve up to fire one of the least talented people in television, the mentally obnoxious, racist Joy Reid, the two-term president wrote on his Truth Social account. And people may be bothered by that. It's crazy because people will be bothered by that, but we want to know who's going to be really bothered by what he just said there. These are words that Trump said on this Truth Social account. People will be bothered by what he said, but you want to know the people that are going to be bothered by what he said? Liberal blacks. And they're going to be bothered by it because this is a white man calling a black woman names, calling her, she's the least talented, she's mentally obnoxious and racist. And they're going to be mad simply, but the question is he telling the truth? Was she obnoxious? Is she a racist? I would say yes, she is a racist. Right in your face. I've said that in the past video. Right in your face, on TV, okay, among millions of people, in your face, telling you she is a racist. She don't like white people. And Trump's calling her out on it. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of black people are going to get upset with this because it's Trump. It's a white man, and he's Trump on top of that. So no, you don't have a right to critique us as black people, even though we're a bunch of jerks. A lot of us are jerks and racist and obnoxious and untalented. You don't have a right to critique us, okay? Even black people shouldn't critique us. We should continue to be a bunch of douchebag knuckleheads. We should continue to be that way. Let me stop. I'm getting triggered. But you get my point. Based on ratings, which were virtually non-existent, she should have been canned long ago, along with everyone else who works there, he continued. Trump also used the opportunity to rip into Rachel Maddow, who was another douchebag piece of crap. Liberal, man. I tell you, these people are a trip. Woo! Lord have mercy. Quote, also thrown out was Alex Wagner, the sub on the seriously failing Rachel Maddow show. He wrote, in reaction to the news, Wagner would no longer be Maddow's substitute anchor. Rachel rarely shows up because she knows there's nobody watching. And she also knows that she's got less television persona than virtually anyone on television except perhaps Joy Reid. So here he's putting down Rachel Maddow, who is a white woman, okay? But some black people who are woke are not going to see that, you know? He's criticizing both of these liberal goon bags, but black people, some black woke folks going to get on it. Well, he talking about Joy Reid, that's racist. Yeah, whatever, man. Get over yourself. The woman was horrible. After referring to weekend MSNBC anchor Al Sharpton as, quote, low IQ con man with, quote, perhaps the lowest TV ratings in the history of television, Trump accurately describes MSNBC as, quote, nothing more than an illegal arm of the Democratic Party, end quote. Yeah, I'd argue I agree. What's there to disagree with? What's there to disagree with other than the fact that people don't like the fact that this is a white man telling you in your face? But this is Trump. Trump has always been in your face. He's going to tell you what he believes about you regardless of your race. If you're a jerk, and he'll tell you so. If you're a racist, and he'll tell you so. If you're a communist, he'll tell you so. If you don't have any talent, he'll tell you so. He doesn't hold back. He doesn't hold back. He's not your consummate professional politician. That's what people want. They want a professional. But here's the deal. People voted for Trump because he gets results. They didn't vote for him because of how professional and astute he is and how he speaks. That's Obama's era, okay? Obama was the professional guy who gets on stage and crosses his legs, and crosses his legs and does his arm like this and speaks into them all nice and proper and professional. And everyone's looking at his and listening to his professionalism, but not really keying in on what Obama is actually saying. I'm just saying. But anyway, yeah, he's going to tell you how he feels, okay? He goes on, they should be forced to pay vast sums of money for the damage they've done to our country. Fake news is an unpardonable sin. These are Trump's words. MSNBC, like NBC and CNN and the rest of the legacy media, PBS, New York Times, etc., are nothing more than corporate-funded super PACs for the Democratic Party, as is 90% of Hollywood and all academia. We still don't know if Joy Reid is, what the article goes and say, we still don't know if Joy Reid is fired or if she will remain MSNBC's crazy auntie as a contributor who periodically yells out a piece of lunacy at the supper table. And I'm going to read, that's all I'm going to read out there, because she did say something that was very, very terrible. And I heard what she said. I actually watched the news clip of what she said during Thanksgiving. And the things she said, or was basically suggesting about, people that are Trump supporters at Thanksgiving, the things that people that, if you're a Trump supporter, essentially she was saying during this time, if you're a Trump supporter and you go out to your family members to eat or whatever, look, don't let them come over. That's basically what she was saying. Don't let them come over. They're Trump supporters. Don't invite them over. That's basically what she was saying in essence. Just terrible, terrible, divisive stuff. But anyway, let's get on this situation with the so-called idea of rejoicing over Joyless Reid being fired. It's not so much people are rejoicing over someone like Joy Reid or anyone for that matter losing their job, because a lot of times say, well, some people accuse people of rejoicing over the calamity of someone and them ended up without something and they end up getting depressed and falling. But that's not the issue with Joyless Reid. I said in the previous video, she gets fired, she's going to get a severance. She's going to get, for one, she's pretty much going to get severance pay, because just about every job does that from what I understand. They get some kind of severance pay, right? And then she was making $3 million a year anyway, even though they may have cut her salary. It might have been more than that at one point, but she's making $3 million a year. So she's going to be all right. Joyless Reid is going to be all right. People are not, such as Trump, myself, and others, are not rejoicing over her being fired in the sense that we want bad things to happen to her. That's not the issue. We're rejoicing over the fact that a nasty, race-spewing, foul-mouthed, hateful, lying person like this that's been on mainstream news for years spitting this kind of nonsense is gone. As Trump says, and I agree with Trump, she should have been gone. If that had been somebody conservative or even remotely conservative, they'd have canned the person a long time ago. But let it be a liberal. A liberal can sit up here and push this kind of nonsense and divisiveness for years and nothing happens to them. And the ratings in these places and on these TV shows be like the lowest of all. And yet these shows still stay on TV. That doesn't make any sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me why these kind of shows are still on TV when the ratings are. And I get so sick and tired of hearing, oh, these ratings are so horrible. They're so low. They're so low. They're so low. But why you still have them on? Back in the old days when ratings were low for anything, for any extended period of time, they would take it off TV. But places, MSNBC, Joyless Reid, and all these other far left liberal nutbag loony TV shows and news sources are still on TV. Why? Is someone behind the scenes keeping them operating, giving them money on the side to keep them operating? What's going on here? What is going on here? I agree with Trump on that. She should have been gone. They should have been canned her. So I wanted to say that because I don't want people to get the wrong idea that Trump is rejoicing over the bad things happening to Joy Reid, or like if something bad happens to her and that's not what people are rejoicing over. It's just like I'm gonna put you like this. Let's keep it 100. And some people might not like this, but I'm gonna say it. I'm going to say it anyway. It's just like in the Bible, in the book of Revelation. The saints of God prayed, those who had died as believers and their souls went to heaven. The book of Revelation teaches that they were praying for God to pour out his wrath on his enemies, on his enemies and those that persecuted the Christians. They were praying night and day for God to empty his wrath out on them. So when God did, you know what they did? When God emptied his wrath out on his enemies, and the enemies of believers, you know what they did? What the believers and Christians in heaven did? Because they're in their soulless state at this time. They rejoiced. They rejoiced. They rejoiced. Some rejoicing is good. Some rejoicing is good because these people are doing horrible things and saying horrible things. People like Joy Reid are saying horrible things. They're spreading very divisive rhetoric all over this country. And I would argue that a lot of the stuff Joy Reid and others on the left have said is what is contributing to people wanting to delete Donald Trump. Where do you think that came from? It oftentimes comes from the mainstream liberal media reporters and journalists, if they want to call themselves that, although in practice they are not. And the rhetoric and hate that they're spitting towards the MAGA crowd and Trump and Elon Musk. And it needs to stop. I hope more and more of these liberal nutbags get canned as well. Because they're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. They will survive. They have money. I can see if these people were poor. They're not poor, y'all. Let's keep this 100. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it straight. Joy Reid, Maddow, whatever, Rachel Maddow, and the rest of these people are not poor. These people are millionaires. They get fired, they cool. They good. They're good. And more than likely they'll find a job somewhere else. They're good. They're good. They're going to be okay. So I don't feel sorry for them for getting fired. In fact, I do rejoice. I rejoice in the fact that they got fired, not the bad things that happened to them. I rejoice. Let me clarify that once again so people don't get the wrong message. So I'm going to clarify it once again. I rejoice over the fact that an evil-minded person like Joy Reid, who spits all this crap out to the American people, has been canned. She needs to be. That's less poison that people need to be absorbing in their body and in their minds. She's spitting poison, and poison is bad for you. It's bad for the brain. It's bad for the body. It's poison. It's divisive. And let me say this, and I'm going to cut it off. It's all a part of a communist attempt to destroy America from within. My friend, if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. The communists infiltrated every institution, including the institution of the news sources. They infiltrated them all. What do you think they're trying to do? They're trying to conquer and destroy. But people are getting tired. People are getting tired of the lies, man. So I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that I don't think that what I read to you guys here about what Trump is saying, I don't think he's rejoicing over her bad situations, but he's rejoicing over the fact that here's a person who has been spitting out lies about him in the MAGA crowd far too long, and it's by high time that she's gone. So that's what I wanted to say about that. What do you guys think about this? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all, and see you again.